Hello and welcome to day 18 of the Consistently Creative Challenge. My name is Dija. I'm an actor, a filmmaker, and I create and teach art programming to underserved youth. And I created this challenge for myself so that I can level up in my creativity and my consistency and just create in a different way. And it was really impressed on my heart that there are other people out here that God is trying to work through, wants to create through, and to invite others into it and hopefully lay the groundwork for next year so that you can hit the ground running and have the space and the tools to get moving on those creative projects and have the tools in place for when things get tough, because they do. As a creative for the past professional creative for the past 20 years, I definitely know that, but I've definitely learned a lot. And so that's why I want to share the things that I've learned with you. And I want to see the good works, the good things, the good projects, the good ideas that God's placed in your heart. I want to see them come out in this world because we really need it. I feel like things are crazy, but I believe that there are things that God still wants to do through his people. So today I want to talk about something that is really important, I think, for creatives, something that I have to keep remembering, and that is to define success for myself and to understand what is the vision of success that God has for my life. Growing up in the 80s and 90s, I saw the last vestiges of Hollywood, like old Hollywood, where it was extremely, extremely exclusive and you had to be in New York or LA. And when you were successful, that means you had an Oscar and you were on the red carpet in front of the Chinese theater. I was like, oh, okay, that is success in the industry. And I didn't know what they had went through to get there. I didn't know all of the different ways you could work in entertainment. And I knew that I actually wanted to be a positive light in entertainment, but I didn't really know how. Now, when I look back, that God didn't let things happen exactly how I wanted because I was really immature. And then the industry has completely changed. It's changing all the time. And I never thought that I would be living in an age where I would hold a movie camera in my own hand and be able to produce from where I live in the Midwest. So it's just really interesting. And so I think it's important to define success for yourself. And I'm going to give you 4 reasons why you should define success for yourself, because you can be a writer and be like, I need to be on the New York Times bestsellers list. Or you could be a musician and be like, I need to have a Grammy in order to be successful. But I think it's really important that you define success for yourself. So, number one, it reduces the need for external validation. So this is really, really important because the comparison bug will try to bite you. And it's very accessible now with social media. It's very accessible to see what people are doing. And on one hand, it's great to connect with people in your industry. And on the other hand, sometimes it can be discouraging to see what people are doing. And you might be wondering when it's going to be your time. But I think when you define success for yourself, what success really looks like, you kind of have a North Star and you have something to go back to when you feel like the comparison bug is going to bite you. I've had that feeling. Everyone's had that feeling. I think even people who we think are super successful can have that feeling as well, but it's a fleeting feeling. It will pass. It can pass. And we need to remember that and need to go back to what you define as success. If you write it down or if you have a vision board, just go back to that. And honestly, it really helps me to feel good when I go back to what I want, what's important to me, what I want to do for my family, how I want to show up for my family while I'm going after my dreams and while I'm creating the things that God's put in my heart to create. That leads perfectly into number two, which is defining success for yourself allows you to live and create your life and your path with your own core values. And so if you value fun, then you can create a process that it has to be fun. Like whatever you do, you have to enjoy it. So that could look different for someone who doesn't have a family or someone who has a different core value. Like every time they do something, they have to learn. I mean, my husband and I are like that. We just love to be able to learn and have new experiences and grow. And so that's a core value is when I do something new, Is it challenging? On the way to what I feel like is the ultimate success. And so that's really important. It can help you just stay really grounded in what is actually important to you, because when you see everything out there, you can get lost for a moment. I love a saying I heard from Shameless Maya years and years and years ago. And I don't know if she's the original person, but I remember she was saying you could look at a picture of someone and they're smiling and they're having fun, and you don't really see what's outside of the frame. And what you're actually feeling is, I want to feel what I think that person's feeling. I want to be happy. And so it's more about, you want that feeling of joy, which is totally fine, but you may want to get there a different way than that person. So it doesn't mean that you have to do what that person is doing to get that feeling. You really need to figure out what you want to do and how you want to show up so that you can have that feeling of joy and feeling good about the way that you're going about things. Because you don't want to start off on a path like doing something that is completely out of your core values. Like you're working 14 hours a day, you don't spend time with your family or your friends, you're worn out, you're getting irritable, you're not taking care of your health, when in fact you want to reach success and be healthy and happy and maintain your relationship. That can give you an idea like, okay, even though that seems awesome, I need to stay focused on how I want to get to the place I want to get to. For example, it could take a longer time to build a business with a really positive culture, but in the long run, your team can actually move faster because you have this positive culture and this great synergy. And at the same time, you're building something that you are enjoying, that you have fun with, that you're proud of. See what I'm saying? So if you're defining success for yourself, it kind of lays out a path for you on how you want to get your success. Defining success for yourself also helps you filter out questions or filter your decisions. So, for example, if someone's saying, I'm going to offer you all this money to do this service, but it's really not aligned with you, the client's not aligned with you, the work is not aligned with you, you can decide, that's not in my bowl of success. I can't do that. And so it helps you just filter things out and make decisions. And hopefully you'll feel at peace with your decisions, even though they're hard. Because sometimes it's hard to say no to money, but you can decide, okay, I can take this job because even though it's hard, it still allows me to learn. It allows me to have fun. It allows me to grow. I can make some good connections. I can showcase my work. And maybe there's a part of it that's like not like the super 10 of what you enjoy, but it's helping you make decisions, wise decisions, because you've defined success for yourself. And lastly, I want to say that you can redefine success as you grow and mature and have new life experiences. For example, I can say that my definition of success has really changed over the years. And I really would just say it grew, because it went from, I just want to be this famous actress that everyone knows, to I really want to do quality work as an actor and I just truly enjoy performance. And then as I became a filmmaker, it was like, it almost became like I wanted to create this production company and hire these producers. And then I had to think about it and realize that's not really what success looks like to me, is to be so focused on the business where I can't focus on the art. So I had to take a step back and really know that my definition of success means there's a way that I can create what God's telling me to create and that I can have that flow. Now that's continued to grow into a desire of success, meaning I have an ecosystem where I'm able to understand funding for my projects and have distribution so that I can keep doing the things that God wants me to do and writing the stories He wants me to write and creating the movies He wants me to write. And so as I learn and grow and mature, then my vision of success, it just continues to expand. And you can see now that I'm not saying, oh, I just want to be this famous actor, because God showed me that I'm more than an actor. I'm a storyteller and a story creator. and I know how to produce films, and I know how to direct, and I know how to write, and I've become a teacher, and I've been able to help youth and work in community and things like that. And so he's really expanded and my view of myself, even though he already knew, but he expanded my view. And so, therefore, what I define success has continued to expand and grow. So lastly, I just want to end on this is that it really can empower you if you define success for yourself, that you won't be taken on this wave of what everyone thinks is success right now. It can really take you off center. And so when you define success for yourself, it can keep you centered. And maybe you just don't know the final vision, but you can just mark it out like every quarter, every 6 months, every year until things get clearer for you. And that's really what I had to do. There was a long time where I just felt really lost. And sometimes that feeling comes back as I transition and level up, but I have more trust now that I'll find it, and it's okay to just kind of define it out in the distance that you can see, and then continue to lean on the Lord for wisdom. So I hope that this helped you out. Your assignment for today is to just journal about what success looks like to you, and what do you want that path to success to look like? How do you want to feel? What do you want to do? What is the legacy you want to leave behind? I know for me, for example, I need to be able to take care of my health, and I need to have peace on the way to success for myself. I need to be able to maintain my relationships, and I need to be able to learn. I need to be able to have fun. These are things that are important to me. And I just want you to journal out the things that are important to you when you're working on a project, or when you're taking on a client, or when you're doing things like that. And I know it will really help you out and hopefully make the whole journey more enjoyable and help you get through the tough times as well. So, thanks so much for watching today, and I will see you next week, and we will be halfway through this challenge. Okay, take care. Bye.